You ready? Hey trendsetters, by way of Visit Canarsie, Lisa here, and I am getting ready to have an experience
All puns intended.
of a lifetime. I'm here with Chris. You know, I didn't get your last name, sweetie.
Lawrence.
Chris Lawrence, the owner of the Xperience located on Rockaway. Is it Parkway? I gotta make sure I'm saying it
Rockaway
right.
Parkway.
Rockaway Parkway. Y'all know, right, a block from Flatlands. And you know, I'm old school. Remember S&D Kids?
Yeah.
Right down the street, because all my children went shopping there. So, Chris, Calvin told me to come, and I wanted to come because, you know, one, Trendsetters is going around the neighborhood. I want to build Canarsie back up again, you know, especially with this ferry coming, and I'm going to speak it into existence with the ferry coming. So I'm like, okay. So my first question is, what is the experience?
The experience is, honestly, it's whatever it is you make it, you know?
Okay.
So it's one of those things where I would love to say that we're rooted in the service space of it all, you know, where the goal and the desire for this consummate full fruition is that I want you as a customer to come here and feel excited about what it is you're going to indulge in, you know, because from a beverage perspective, everything is fully customizable, you know, so it's knowing that it's really about creating your perfect drink. We have over 60 plus different types of syrups or additions you can add to your drink to enhance it. We have all different types of milks, fruits, smoothies, juices. So it's one of those things where it's a matter of whatever you're looking for, whatever your preference is from like a beverage space standpoint.
Okay.
I think that I have something for you.
Oh, he says he thinks he has something.
I know.
Oh, I had a girl say, period. I love the ambiance. I love, as I was waiting, I watched the people. And that word you said, excitement coming in, you should have seen them across in the street.
Yeah.
So I saw that. And then I love the gentleman that goes around and hands them.
Yeah.
You know, that's love. That's coming from the heart. And even meeting you, your heart, your spirit is so pure and you're excited. So I'm going to go a little raw. Tell me about the good, the bad, and the ugly with the experience, you know, and I add some more after that. I want the good, the bad, or should I say the good, then the ugly came, or should I say the bad, the good, then the ugly? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, remember when you started, so give me a little brief summary of you starting, what happened in between, and now we're doing a better experience.
Right. I would say it's more rooted in just the dynamics of being a startup.
Okay.
You know, and again, this is my first business venture, but it was taking a very ambitious and aggressive leap right into it.
Okay.
You know, so it was one of those things where I was just a guppy in a huge fish tank.
Absolutely.
And that's really for everyone, you know? So it's like, it's one of those things where the good is the blessings of God that I have an idea and a concept that He put on my heart and on my soul to try to live through and see through. So that's the good. The bad is just now the reality that regardless of whatever you're putting out there, regardless of whatever good you're putting out there, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna immediately come right back to you.
That's
you know, because sometimes too, it's like when you're leading by always putting out the good, what you're doing sometimes too, it's almost like you're attracting the vultures, you're attracting everything negative. So it's like you don't even realize what you're doing. You just, honestly, I just felt like I was walking in my life. You know, and within that, it turns into the harsh reality, let's say construction build outs. You know, so it was, I never want to use negative words on anyone, but let's just say that when it came to the construction side, the person who was hired to do the job, this may have been a task too big for them.
Okay, so they bit off more than they could chew.
For sure.
Okay.
You know, and doing something like this, it was extremely even difficult on them because again, it's not my first time doing business, so I'm still learning the layers of how high do I want my counters to be, how what type of paint are we going to be using for this? Like, what type of flooring are we going to be doing? Like, so sometimes when I walk through the store, like, there's plenty of people say, oh my God, the store is so beautiful. But all I can see are the imperfections. You know, all I can see are the things that's like, man, I wish that was done differently. Man, I wish I would have known that that's not how that was supposed to be done. Or man, I wish I would have known that the importance of making sure that your floors are leveled, or you know, like little things.
Little things.
But the little things can sometimes turn into the big things.
True.
You know, so that bad per se can also lead you into your ugly.
Right.
Because it almost set the precedent.
Okay.
Where the precedent, where it's a matter of the bad being that the construction wasn't done properly. So then what it then related and turned into now is a delay of me even just getting the gas turned on in here.
So that one little thing can delay.
Right, because it turns into now, because remember, everything has to be done through DOB, everything has to be filed and done through architectural work. So you're doing everything, you're at least trying to.
Codes.
Yeah, all those codes and the different laws. And if, especially when it comes to installing like a kitchen range, you know, so the range is extremely expensive, but there's so many technicalities that go into it also too. Okay. So it's having like the FDNY come through and doing their inspections, having like your electrical cutoffs. So sometimes within the construction phase, if the contractor isn't aware of the steps that happen after, you'll have now a carpenter seal a wall that the electrician may have to go back in because they didn't connect the wire, and then that turns into a change order, then that turns into a whole nother mess because they have to cut open a wall, then they're gonna fix what they're fixing, then they're gonna put the wall back in with the new sheetrock, they're gonna plaster, and they're gonna sand, and they're gonna get the place dusty, and just like.
So it's like restart all over, right?
A construction build out that should have taken 3 months, if not less, ended up taking 10.
And that pushed you back.
Ridiculously, because now remember, it still means that I have to pay rent, I have to pay all that overhead that goes into it. So you factor in now 10 months of paying $15K a month in rent. And then you're paying that and something you're not even earning $1 back on. And you're still having to pay these workers that are doing the work. So that's like the construction move right there that you then learn, that they drag jobs out because it makes their pay go up and they make it seem as if the work will like this. Hey, it happens. I'll say it's a very expensive masterclass. A very expensive masterclass. Because the reality of it was that I needed to be taken advantage of in that way. So at the end of the day, it's to the effect of I'll hold myself accountable for those mistakes, so I don't play the blame. Like, I'm not mad at the gentleman. It's like, hey, right. God bless you all. You know, like I live my life in this way where it's like I have no worries wishing bad on anyone.
Right.
But at the same time too, though, is that it also put me in a position though where the high in which we started off at, it then plateaued quickly because we're limited in what we can do, and then it almost created like a dive. Because then it's like, okay, cool, like you're not meeting our expectations as far as what we're looking for as consumers. You know, so it turned into holding that faith. Then you just keep the grind going, you know, the grind of sometimes being too early. Okay. You know, because it's like, who's to say that specialty coffee works in our neighborhoods like that? Because when you think about how they want to say the walking traffic, the walking traffic that's here doesn't necessarily constitute to people that would enjoy lattes or cappuccinos or anything of that nature. Sometimes there's people who are just stuck in their own ways and who would even want to do things from their own home because it's like, hey, I'm used to getting up this early in the morning anyway, so I can make my own cup of coffee. I can make my own cup of tea. I can do on my own because that's just literally the Caribbean way. In the Caribbean neighborhood. So it's like there's certain things that makes the market somewhat nuanced and tricky if you're not diligent and focused on what's going on. So it's not being married to any one idea and being comfortable in pivoting. You know, so it was figuring out, okay, what are people looking for? What is the demand looking like? By the grace of God, we finally had our gas turned on in, I want to say November. We got it turned on. So November is now, I want to say a good 3-4 months after we initially opened. So that's not good, you know? And then as it is, that started flowing for us, it that's when we created Stuff Festivals.
Okay.
And that became like our biggest hit ever. Like I honestly feel like that's gonna be the thing that the world begins to know us for.
Okay.
Like once the world kind of catches on to what that concept is and the amazing things that we're doing with that,
Right.
like that changes the whole trajectory of what it already has.
It already.
And then now that we transitioned into the spring, was when I was able to then get like a full chef's crew to come in.
Oh, okay.
And since March, we've been doing like the full meal, so you can come and get like an oxtail dinner. You
Oh,
can
Lord.
get your wings and fries.
Help
you can
me.
get your steamed snackers. You can
Oh,
get
Jesus.
your taco Fridays.
Help me.
You can really have some fun and indulge in a plethora of different options.
He said a plethora.
Plethora.
So to me, I would say this: it was a minor setback for a major comeback.
For sure, because all right, but like this though, right? The setback then even is what created all the opportunities. Because since the setback, it's then me doing News 12, it's Calvin reaching out for Visit Canarsie, it's us sitting down here right now, it's me prior to even this happening, sitting down with PS 276 and locking in for the majority of their events for the entire school year. It's next week me meeting with another DOE admin from the Harlem, Manhattan region that is in charge of 75 schools to potentially be able to service them through catering. So it's like
Look
the
at God.
domino of God is just like, oh,
Isn't
we're
he
not
amazing?
playing.
Isn't
So
he amazing?
the testimony is what I tell people is that I did nothing. Like I literally was going through a storm and I did nothing. And the only thing that happened was my phone rang one day and the phone said, hey, like, don't you want to continue doing what you're doing? What's wrong with you? You don't see you're on the path of greatness. Go continue.
Continue.
Like, go and continue. And it was just like, wait, what? Yeah. And
So,
just like the person just laughing on the phone. It's like, oh. And I just looked up. I said,
right. You got,
that's
you know,
what
they
we're
say he has a
doing.
sense
I
of
said,
humor.
that's what we're doing. Okay. Okay. And you then realize that, like, it enhanced the purpose. You know, and enhanced in a way where the hardest part about being on the journey is allowing yourself not to become jaded by the process.
I like that.
And the reason why I say that is because it's the difficulty it takes just to begin to build momentum. You know, just to feel as if you're making traction, you're not doing this for no reason. You know, it's like, okay, like, are people listening? Are people paying attention? Do people know what's going on? Do people even care? Do you want to inquire?
Right.
And it's like, but the passion, the commitment to wanting to fulfill your dreams is what keeps you going.
Right.
But there's honestly nothing like just going through that path and you can almost see the light of the tunnel. Like it's super dim, like so small, but there's nothing like being in that dark room and even stumbling and then losing track of where that little light is.
Right.
We just feel somebody grab your hand.
Come
say,
on.
No. You got
This
that.
way. Come on, a little bit over to the left.
There you go. And they grab and say, I got you, just go that way. And it's like that grab that they grab and they point you in the right direction. It's like, oh wait, the light just got a little bigger. So now it's like, and you just push and you're pushing. And to me, that's the grace of God.
Yeah.
The grace of God is just faith.
You ordered your steps.
So
you're making me have more faith. I know I have some, but I take it. I love the way that you reference God and everything, because without Him, we are nothing.
And I also feel like the glory is also being in the presence of. You know, so for the many that doubted, those who gave in, those who just, again, I can say almost set me for failure.
Yes.
And for lack of better terms, it's like you almost get to see like what this will become.
Right. You know, I speak the word, you know, the Bible says, no weapon formed. So the weapon was formed against you, but it didn't prosper. And the thing is with the devil, he does things, and if we're not strong-minded and faith walkers, it will lead us into destruction on how the devil has it portrayed to us. But because of your faith, because of your push, you kept pushing. And I'm not going to say you didn't want to give up, because it seemed like until that phone call came. Or was it a fight? Did you feel like it?
Let me tell you something. Let me show you how great God is.
Tell me.
Listen, like literally the night before, I said, if it's your will, it's your way.
Come on.
And I said, if this no longer being a thing is in a part of this vision, this plan you have for me, then so be it. but man, I'm struggling with this lesson right now that you're teaching me.
Yes.
I'm struggling so bad right now, but whatever your will is, I'll accept it, and I'll try to see what the lesson is that I can learn and hold myself accountable, and see where we can go from there. The next day.
Come on.
The next day. So to me, it was one of those things where the irony of when we say the good, the bad, and the ugly is that the ugly became so beautiful. You know, so I like to, in a sense, correlate it to the effect of sailing to Paradise Island.
Okay.
You know, and Paradise Island being a success. Yes. And all you have is a little wooden raft and a toolbox with some supplies. Now, on that toolbox and on that raft, you have a couple friends with you. So you start delegating, look, I need you to take some tools and these, I need you to build a bathroom.
Right.
And I need you to set everything up so that way all three of us can use the bathroom.
Right.
All right, look, I need you to start building little cots and little rooms for us to sleep in so we can rest on the way to Paradise Island. We're going. As we're going to Paradise Island, we can literally see it's right there.
Right there. Yeah.
The storm comes over.
Okay.
The storm starts coming over. And one is like, listen. One who's building back like, listen. You don't see the rain?
Right.
Look, land is. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm scared of that rain right there.
Right.
So I gotta jump off and I gotta swim back to land.
He lost focus.
The other one that's building the rooms. That first tide hit. Just like, whoa. Done. I'm sorry. They jump off. They jump off, now it's just you on the boat, and the boat's going like this. It's just like, then you realize the boat's going like this, and the boat's just saying, stand in the middle. The boat just start balancing in the midst of the storm. Then all the tools that you have been expending to build that second and third room for everybody to be comfortable, you get to keep those tools and keep those resources. The need for that bathroom that was then being built doesn't have to be as big and as vast.
Right.
It's just gonna be you. You just realize, oh, you're a man. We just find other ways. So you don't need that. Right. So you're just working and you're building and you just sail. But you're building. You realize that you arrived at Paradise Island on a yacht. You set sail on a raft, but you arrived on a yacht.
Come on.
And then now, the reality of you arriving on that yacht, you find that the connection with you and everybody on Paradise Island is everybody just talking about the yacht being your journey.
That's right.
So we're only talking about our yacht, we're only talking about the journey. That's why you hear everyone telling you the cliche response. It's about the process, it's about the journey, because that's what connects you to those who are already on Paradise Island.
That's right.
It's the relation, the correlation that the journey taught you, the lesson the journey taught you, because you have to go through your times, you have to go through your highs and lows. And the reality of it is, it's God that gets you through it. And everything, the whole perspective of Paradise Island is literally nuanced, because all you care about is just getting back in your yacht and continuing the journey.
You was mentioning some stuff you're doing in the community. So my question was, being that the ferry is coming, like I said, and you know I'm a stickler on unity in the community.
Likewise.
What are you going to do? Not just, I could say this, working your way up to when the ferry comes. What are you doing now for the community and in the community? And then what bigger ideas are you going to have once the ferry does start?
The idea is to go into effect before the ferry gets here, but as far as within the community, I'm already working with Shoot for the Stars Foundation, which is Audrey Jackson. So that's Pops Mom for most of you know. And it's truly humbling where the foundation gets to meet here in this conference room on a weekly basis during the school year, but then I also get to employ for them. So I get to mentor them, I get to show them the dynamics of just what it takes and what it looks like from the back end side. You know, like they get to also see that we haven't made it yet. So we're building, so you get to be a part of the build. So you get to be a part of something beautiful, and you get to see their excitement, their commitment towards that. Like, oh man, like this is really happening. You get to really see the growth of having an impact on even just a few individuals. You know, we were blessed and fortunate enough where send them Mercedes Narcisse reach out to us to do a back to school giveaway. So we're gonna match her donation of those 40 backpacks and match another 40 from ourselves also. So
Okay.
just to make sure that we can give back so kids can have more and really just set up for a phenomenal school year, because I feel like this is gonna be one of the most epic ones.
Epic.
Like really epic.
Really epic.
And I plan on being very intentional about that, whether
Okay.
it's going to the schools and speaking to the students, going around just being more of a presence, because there's the reality too of where the things that us as young Black kids we don't get the privilege of is the access to see something successful happen and have those people around us, because we're always taught, oh, once you make, you gotta get out the hood, you gotta leave it. And it's just like, well, why can't we do something special for our neighborhood?
Yes.
And allow them to appreciate and celebrate us for the win that we were able to bring to their neighborhood.
Yes.
You know, so it's being a staple, continuing to be a staple within the community
Okay.
as we continue to uplift and making sure that the world knows that, yes, the goal is to become that global brand that is on par with the Starbucks and like companies, but knowing that it started here. Like a fun fact that most people don't know is that Howard Schultz, CEO of Starbucks, who created Starbucks, founder, is actually from Bayview Projects in Canarsie.
Get out.
Yeah.
Bayview Projects.
Right there.
Wow.
So why does still a young Black boy from Canarsie?
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Only difference is we're not gonna bring the value out of the neighborhood. Instead, we're
right.
gonna curate it in the neighborhood
That's
first,
true. That's true.
and then we bring it to the world.
Right.
So yes, they're asking for us to be in different neighborhoods. Oh man, can't wait for you to get to Bed-Stuy.
That was my next question. So they are asking you
Oh
to
yeah,
expand.
we've already scouted 3 locations.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So the goal is to really kick that off by about September. Yeah.
At least one or all 3?
One by September, the second by December, and technically, there's already one in the works.
Look at that.
But that one's just a huge project.
Yes.
Like huge, like this huge. If you think this store is huge, it's like triple.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like a little secret. But it, again, and it's all through the grace of God.
Yeah.
But there's some great things in the pipeline.
That's good. That's good. I am loving the experience here. I think I like this other saying, reality is a reflection of God's timing while in preparation.
Yeah.
And, you know, we don't like to go through the process.
Nope. We're all anxious souls.
You know, some pastors say we want the microwavable. But during the process of doing certain process that I've been through, I can keep that smile on my face like you can.
Yeah.
You know, I can sit back and say it was good for me. And I love the part where you said, watch out, Starbucks.
Yeah.
And Dunkin' Donuts. And I like it, as my girl said, period. Why not?
No, but check this out though. But I see it with the taste of this though. Look at McDonald's, look at Burger King, and look at KFC. Billion-dollar companies.
$1 billion.
But guess what though? Everybody's talking about Chick-fil-A right now.
Yeah.
So it's just the reality of it. It doesn't stop what McDonald's has.
No,
going
it
on.
doesn't.
It doesn't stop what Burger King or any of the above have. But they just talking about that Chick-fil-A, the service they give, the vibe in which they have.
My pleasure. That's what gets me.
Exactly.
Or the part that they stand out in the rain for you. So it's that extra.
It's the extra. So it's the dynamic now of, again, why it's called the experience. So the name of the space is the experience.
Yes.
You're coming in for an experience.
Yes.
But then when you leave, you're like, wow, that was
I want to come back.
That was a great experience.
Yeah. And,
You know,
and
so
with this drink, I'm coming back. Because this is a wonderful experience. And I love the glasses.
But that's yours too.
Oh, and this is mine. Look, she talking about it's hers. Oh no. I did see the News 12.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about, I saw Mama Smoke.
Yeah.
She brought them to me too at Calvin's thing. And what's with the mural? Is that a mural up there?
Yeah.
So what I saw Pop Smoke's pictures of him.
Right.
What is that about? And were you friends and stuff with him or what?
He was a little younger.
Mm-hmm.
So in regards to like, there's like a generational gap between us.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's like, you'll be a liar and naive if you don't know who he was and the impact he was having. You know,
Okay.
so for me, I was just more of a fly on the wall. Like
Gotcha.
sometimes too, it's like you have to allow people their grace and their space to grow. You know, so he already had his core friend group around and those who already invested really around him daily. So for me, it was just more like, man, let's just see this happen. You know, I'm just excited to see it happen.
Right.
You know, like, oh, like he literally did a music video right there in that gas station, or right there in front of that restaurant. It's just like, oh my God. So it's like you're just more excited to see it happen.
Yes.
You know, like, so it was more of that. The connection between myself and Maya, it was just something that was just super organic.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Like she's
wonderful.
phenomenal.
Yes.
Like phenomenal.
Yes.
And that painting, for example, is a testament of that. Where, so that painting was used for like one of his last posthumous videos, Demeanor.
Okay.
Dua Lipa,
Okay.
where he was depicted through that painting.
Okay.
So, yeah, so he was never in it, so that was the painting that was used for it. So it was just always in like LA for the entire time, like ever since. And then it was like recently contacted Ma saying, hey, we located the painting, we'd love to send it to you and so forth. And she's like, Chris, what am I gonna do with that painting? Like I know I'm gonna get it in the house, but then like where do I put that?
Right.
And I'm like, I mean, Mom.
Right.
You know, like I
smile.
I got a little spot. I said, are you serious? I'm like, wait. I said, what you mean if I'm serious? Of course. And we spoke about it, and I'll say the craziest part was, I'll never forget when she sent the confirmation details of it being delivered to the store.
Right.
And I remember when it arrived, and I was like, wait a second. This is what 6 foot by 10 feet looks like.
Yes.
like
yes.
Huge.
That it is huge.
Heavy.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So it was that, and then I swear to you, and God is here as our witness. Like I'll never forget like turning the screws with the Allen keys to open it, and like I had to pause, and I called Mom. I said, Mom, like, I could literally feel the energy coming from this. Like you have to be here for this. Like I'm stopping. I have to stop right now. Like I literally can feel it.
Yeah.
And then we were there, and she came by like in the evening, and like we just had a moment. Like I have like some really dope pictures and videos of her just like really connecting with and just having her moment, you know. And we just sat there, we all like discussed our interpretations of it, and we were just going and like for me, like that's what I love most about her is like to know her is to love her, and like she speaks so beautifully.
Yes.
You know, like so you know how she talks. You know that glow. So it's like we're there, and we're just like, and that's me and her thing. Like I guess we love the way each other speaks.
Yeah.
So when we're talking, like if we're not careful, we're talking for hours.
Yeah.
Hours, and that was just our vibe. And we were just there, we were just talking, and I gave my interpretation, she gave hers, and then we were just in awe of just the details and the intricacies of it. And us being blessed to have that painting here, it's one of those things where I tell all the time, I say like, it's crazy, you know, that we won't have it for much longer because that's a painting that deserves to be in the Brooklyn Museum.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
So it's
so
like
the world can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know that we won't have it for much longer because they're gonna request it eventually. You know, and so I don't see us probably having that painting for the whole year. You know, but for me, I'm happy for that. You know, and that's something I'm championing, I'm wishing for. So sooner rather than later, Brooklyn Museum.
Right.
You know,
give them a call.
Like please.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be calling you.
Right.
We gotta talk about those Saturdays, those first Saturdays. You know, but it's that where it's all just a beautiful thing to feel and be enamored by God's mercy and favor. And I look at that as that. Where it's just like, it allowed her to have, the moment she walks in, it's like, ooh, there goes my boy. You know, and he's in a space that he's received well, and well in the sense not of who he is or what he accomplished, but more from the sake of just being a son to an amazing mother.
Yeah, she is amazing.
I enjoyed that aspect of it. You know, like I always tell people, it's like it's so easy to wanna sometimes give praise. Like, you know, I can, like,
Mhm.
even it comes my way at times when people like give me credit. It's like, oh, you're doing great things. And it's like, yeah, but I'm just a product of my mom and dad. You know, so like you meet my parents and you gonna kind of understand why it is what it is. You know, you meet my mom, it's like, oh, that's why you're this way. You meet my dad, you're like, oh, that's why you're that way. And it's just like,
yeah,
so,
my boys say that too.
you know, so it's like, they get credit, you know, so it's like, again, I appreciate it, but I'm really just a sponge of so many great people and so many great mentors that poured into me and say like, hey, I see something special in you, and they poured into me, and it's a blessing now to know that it meant something, that they can see like, hey, like, this kid is going, like, he's doing what I've always known he can do, and it's affirming. I'll always give thanks for that.
I met Mama Smoke, and I'm going to probably do an interview with her real soon. I have to reach out to her. And okay, she'll remember me when she sees me.
She's great with names and faces.
I just had her cracking up at the 3-day event with Trinity Jam, Canarsie visit when they launched out. So I think you know, we're gonna come out and see her and connect a little bit. But this experience for me has pushed me even more. You know, I'm an author. I'm a mother of 5 adult children.
Beautiful. And
some additional ones. So started Trendsetter with Heidi, and by debating on the phone conversation, and now I'm learning more about the community. I'm going out here asking what you're doing, and I'm going out here to see what can be better, because I'm born and raised. I knew how Big Mom and them used to pop us. I knew how I used to get a spanking coming from school, because the whole neighborhood knew that I had a letter from school. So you know how I had the dum, sorry for you when you get home. They knew what time I went to lunch with my latchkey on. And honestly, I'm not trying to go backwards, but I want that unity again. And we need it. We are a profound nation, the Black and brown community, and we have to go forth. And what I love about you, girlfriend of mine always tells me, be the light that you want to see it become. And that's what you're doing. And I'm going out here and I'm stepping out boldly by the throne of grace, and I'm doing whatever God tells me to do. And this is one stepping stone of what I'm doing with Trendsetters Talk. I got other ventures, but I am excited, and I gotta let y'all know this was a great experience.
Appreciate it.
The aura was wonderful. Y'all come on out here. Give them the address again.
So at 1454 Rockaway Parkway.
Did y'all hear him? Say it again.
1454 Rockaway Parkway, and that's between Conklin and Glenwood.
And it's called Xperience.
Yes.
And trust me, the vibes are good, the aura is wonderful. And look at the owner. What comes on him falls on your staff.
Yes.
And the staff is so loving. Honestly, I thought all of y'all were brothers, to be honest.
Well, fun fact, that's my nephew out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my nephew is out there, my uncle across. My mom works in the kitchen too.
Yeah, tell me about the food with auntie and uncle.
Well, yeah, so the food is just, I mean,
right.
yeah.
Right. Get a look.
I'll say is, you get like authentic Caribbean cuisine.
Wait, did y'all see how he paused?
Yeah, like.
Hold on, he had to think about it.
You know, this is like.
Wait, hold on. Okay. All right, come on with it.
Because, all right, I'll say this is that if you know your Caribbean cuisine, you know that not everybody can cook.
No.
Not everybody.
No.
I put like this, and I'm sorry to those that.
Don't be sorry.
No, I'm say that, and I say it only because not everybody really sells curry goat. Like, it's not goat. It's mutton sometimes. Like we doing curry goat.
We're gonna tell the truth and shame the devil.
You know, so it's really hitting you over the top of your head with flavor.
Okay.
You know, like really, I'm blessed where my sister's a flight attendant, so a lot of times too, I just call like, hey sis, like I'm running low on some seasons and I need this and that. So like I'm getting like authentic color, I'm getting like the authentic ackee from Jamaica, I'm getting like that authentic seasoning, like the
y'all hear this, right?
Like, so it's something where you can literally taste a significant difference in the flavor.
Okay.
Like a significant difference, and I pride ourselves on that.
Okay.
And it's cool where for this next small window, as far as window we have left of being like a hidden gem. You know, like
y'all
this,
shining now.
like this puts it like,
Yes,
oh my God,
yes,
like it's really about to go there.
Yes.
Like the News 12 moment. This,
Yes.
like, I'm noticing, like, and again, this is also a reflection to of God's mercy and favor.
Yes,
You know, where
yes,
it's like,
sir.
boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
Like it's just happening right after each other, right after each other. Just like, oh, okay. Like,
Blow my mind, Lord. I've asked him to blow my mind. Make sure you put it back together and then blow it again.
I tell you all the time, I say, he played favorites with me, so just be a little careful.
Right, you don't know what
I tell him, I say, listen, like, as a matter of fact, right, I'll never forget where, so I have, within the space too, we have like different podcasts that film here, right?
Yes.
And I'll never forget when one of our amazing podcasts, she was filming her episode and she got a call about another guest that she could potentially book. But she had already did like a group interview prior, like almost like months ago. So she's like, man, what are we gonna talk about? And she's like, so she's looking, she's like, it's like, I don't know if I wanna do it. Like, and I'm like, trust me, like his album is pretty cool. Like, dude, it's gonna be a dope interview. She's like, I don't know, this and that. And then the day of the interview, just bad communication. He missed his window and he was either gonna be late or they'd have to reschedule.
Okay.
So like she's like really upset and overwhelmed. And I remember one time I said, tell you something. I said, be very careful when you walk into the space, the words you choose.
Come on.
I said, I remember you saying that you didn't really want to do it. You weren't sure and you were just putting the doubt over the opportunity. When look at how upset you are right now. So that means you wanted it. So always be careful of what you say about yourself, about your vision in these four walls. So hence why it is, even when I'm speaking about sometimes other business or anything else, I still want to speak with grace and with light because like I want to see you win. I don't want anything negative because again, blessed to be here and thankful and humbled by it all. But at the same time too, it's like I'm fully aware of like the prayers that I've been setting and I've been chanting. It's like God, oh, I see you working. Oh wait,
you doing it.
So I tell myself I'm one of the favorites.
Yeah, right. Don't mess with me.
I'm one of the favorites.
Yeah. You know they have a saying, your words forms your world. I'm going to continue to speak life over me, myself, whomever I'm connected to, and I got a new connection right here. But you know, it's favor. It's God's grace and mercy that He kept us to push. And oh my God, I'll be coming back in here probably doing some podcasts.
Let's do it.
How about that?
Let's do it. I got the full setup.
Yes.
The microphones. I got the mixers. I got everything. Like that's the beauty of like think about we're in a soundproof space where like music's playing out there.
Yeah.
So it's like it's for it to be that.
Right.
It's a hub.
Yes.
You know, so it's like for work to get done, meetings happen back here, I've done brunches
That's
back here,
amazing.
I've done photo shoots back here, like a lot happens back here.
Okay,
Like,
y'all heard that.
So
y'all might have to book too.
Yeah. No, and,
why not?
And
why
it's
not?
to make it to give the access to the community because again, like myself and many others, a lot of successful college grads, business owners, podcasters, nurses. I have a nurse that literally comes in every day studying for her exams.
Bless her heart.
I had a pregnant lady that was here to work. She usually works from home, and she'd come and get work done because she doesn't to be at home every day.
Yeah.
She met her doula in here.
Wow.
You understand? They're now like the best of friends. So it's like when we're talking community, like we're literally creating a haven, a space where work can happen, work can get done, and people feel like protect, like, oh, I should be here. Like this is where I get this study.
I think
the vibe is there.
I think we're gonna take our walks and walk here and relax and re-up on some refreshing drinks and maybe eat a little. So, look, she said a lot.
Like, don't. I'll say this. Don't leave without trying out chicken.
Oh,
we might have the best wings in town.
I gotta check the meter.
We might have the best wings in town.
Okay, well, you know, I cook a little too, but.
Oh, so you gonna know the flavor.
I'm gonna know what season
you gonna know the
because
flavor.
you know they say if it ain't seasoned, if it ain't sneezing, come on here. But my thing with cooking though, you gotta put love in what you do. My children will tell you that I put my music on, and you know, and I
like the chefs literally tell me the vibe of the music that makes them cook best.
yes, it
So
does.
they like them 70s, 80s, old school,
Yes,
the
yes,
Celine
yes,
Dion's,
yes,
the
yes.
classic Whitneys,
Yes,
you know. So
yes.
you consistently, whenever in the early part of the morning when you hear the gospel, you hear the classic souls
yes.
and all that.
Get the atmosphere
Oh, no.
conducive, right?
It's that's the vibe in which we start our days with. So
yeah.
I can't, like, that vibe for me is when I make my best cups of coffee.
Come
And
on.
for the chefs, that's when it is they make their best pots of stew.
Now
So-
he's open from 6 a.m.
To 7 p.m.
to 7 p.m.
Monday to Friday.
Monday through Friday. So you can get that cup of coffee on the way to the L train or the 82, what is it, the 43, whatever the bus, 42,
the 60, the 6, the 82.
Yes.
Everything is over here.
And guess what? As you drink that coffee, you're gonna have a wonderful experience.
Yes.
I know you are. Me and Narcisse,
Yes.
we went to high school together
Ah.
and graduated. So we both
Small world.
heads to yes. And I'm like, you didn't look like that in high school. So we'll probably come out to the back to school.
Yeah,
Yes,
perfect.
yes. And Trendsetters is doing something. I'll probably talk to you afterwards about doing something later on because Heidi does a nonprofit. She has a Gateway to Success and Inc. And she's doing a backpack back to school too. So we'll correlate later and talk. But I want to thank you for taking the time in your busy and loving schedule. We get ready to wrap this up because Yashir was giving me the hungry face. But we're going to go try this delicious food and take some pictures. But y'all come on out to the experience. You can see the love. You can see his aura. You can see he loves what he does.
I do.
And it's black owned, Lord, and it's in the community of Canarsie.
Yes.
Come on, as they said, the Florsie.
Yes.
So y'all come on out and get an experience, even if it's nothing but a simple cup of coffee.
The best.
It will be served with love. And like you said, it's the best. All right, Trendsetters and my busy Canarsie people. Y'all, we will see y'all soon. And I hope to see you at the experience.
Let's do it.
Peace.